I think we're live. It says we're live. Oh my gosh, guys, we're live here once again. Thank you guys so much. Now I have to figure out how to get my face on again. There we are. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again. Today, we're going to sit back here. We're going to talk about Aquashella Orlando 2026, some of the things that we saw there, what we liked, what we didn't like, all the different vendors and whatnot, maybe some of the things we got, some of the things we got rid of, who knows. Also today, joining us is Matt Mills from Space Coast Aquarium Society. Matt, we got to get him up there. There he is. Hello, Matt.
Hey, everybody.
Now, right on. I don't even know if there's anybody in here yet, Matt, and I have a really hard time telling because I don't watch it on YouTube, so I can't tell until people comment. Quite often, people trickle in a little bit after. I know Vibes is on right now, and maybe Dee Dee or Foxy, one of the girls, is just finishing up. They have shows on Thursday, too. I often sit and say the same thing. I'm looking at moving it to a different day. And I don't. Maybe Sunday. Sundays would be good. Sunday would be a good day. So kind of what we do, if anybody even comes in here, we can just sit and talk about whatever we want. I'm going to turn this. Is this better here? Oh, that's your light. Nice. I thought that was my light. It's okay. I'm looking at the screen and thought it was going on there.
Understood.
Yes. I think the only way, there is a way for me to do this, and other people have told me about it, and I just don't know how to do it. I do see Richard Reynolds is here. Hey, Richard, how are you doing?
Hey, Richard.
Oh my gosh, I get to see Richard soon. I have some fish for him. Richard won contests. Patiently waited. I never shipped him a pleco because he's so close, and to ship one fish, and then he just won Anthony's Swordtails. I quarantined those out for a couple of weeks. They probably really didn't need to be quarantined, and hopefully I get to see them this weekend.
No, they were beautiful fish too.
They are really beautiful. They're up there with my discus. I can see them right now. I kept him. I really liked the male. There was two pairs here. They were just absolutely beautiful. I kept him the ones that were a little bit smaller. They have really good color on them. I can't really show them to you guys because I don't have an external camera. Richard, I can send you pictures of them. I thought Pascal was this weekend. It's not. So that's the Other Coast annual auction. I'll be going over to that over by West Palm Beach. Hopefully some people that hop in here will be there too. It's a pretty good event. They do a really good job also. The turnout is really well. It's really hard to say what to get there. You've been there, right, Matt?
Yeah, I've been there several times, and they have me. When I get down there, I actually auctioneer for them. It looks like the big push for this auction is plecos, though. It looks like they're gonna have a really, really nice selection of plecos down there.
That's right. You can look at the list that people are bringing online. I don't have a mod, and I don't know how to add links, and I don't know the link for it, but I know I have an email that I'm supposed to sign up for, and true to my form, I'm busy doing stuff. I'll be filling it out at the door. Hope maybe I can get this one done.
Are you going to sell, or you're just going to
buy? Well, I had it in my mind that this was the swap. So yeah, I think I'm going to bring some pleco. No, not plecos. Maybe I'll buy some plecos, but I'm going to bring some big cichlids, I think, and maybe a few other things, some South Americans, some Africans, some bigger fish. I think it should be a really, really good turnout. Are you going to it?
No, unfortunately we're not, but I have gone in years past, and it's definitely worth going. We're actually going to Universal on Saturday, so
right on.
There is another event going on though at I think Tampa is having their monthly meeting this weekend.
They are also, and the trade show is going on up in Orlando. So I'm really having a hard time. As a matter of fact, now I don't know what to do. What we were talking about tonight, Aquashella, I met quite a few new contacts there, and I need to get up there. They wanted me to come up to the trade show sometime. I think it was going on all week. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's a global pet.
Global, yeah. I guess another pretty big event. I didn't realize how big it was this weekend. Lrbb and Corey are speaking together at the Spring Fling. So I'm assuming that'll have a pretty good turnout. I really would have liked to have gone to that also. So much fish in so little time. Right on, Aquafunk. How are you doing? Prodigical aquarist. Thank you and welcome in. You guys who are just joining us, this is Matt Mills. He's the president of Space Coast Aquarium. I almost said it. You guys, I'm going to just put it out there right now. Most of the time when I say Gold Coast, I'm talking about Matt Mills. And how I met Matt was the weirdest thing. He had an ad up and I saw it, and I just like I knew him or something. And he responded just like we knew each other for their annual auction, not realizing how far that club was away. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll be a member and all this stuff. And I was actually going to totally going to the wrong club with everything on that weekend. I'm glad that got sorted out. I'm glad to meet you. It was really an honor. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, Matt, how you got involved, how you started this fish club, how long you've been keeping it fish. Just let us know. Tell us a little bit about Matt Mills.
All right. So my origin story, so to speak, right? So I've been keeping fish off and on since I was in my late teens, like a lot of people. I started off, a friend of mine had actually a snakehead when I lived up in Massachusetts, and used to go with him to pick up goldfish to feed them, and really enjoyed, just hanging out at the aquarium store, and it kind of just blossomed from there. And over the past, I guess it's 30 or so years, I've just continued. I've always had a tank. I've always had at least one tank through, several moves and 4 kids and all that stuff. And then, a little bit before COVID, I started increasing my tanks, and ended up with, like a lot of people, with 100 baby bushy nose plecos, and started a little group online to trade plecos around in our local area here in Brevard County. And after we got a couple hundred people on the group, it turned into, hey, why don't we go and have a meeting and do an auction and actually meet up and do something real. And that was 4 years ago. So we've been going steady ever since, growing and trying to grow our community and get out and spread the word about our awesome hobby and do some fun stuff.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy how quick you were able to build your club and everything you did there, from the events you guys do, and I've never been up to a regular meeting, but to the events, just really impressive. And to really learn from everybody in the club how much of it that you actually do. That's absolutely crazy. Your club helps you tremendously. You have a really good group of volunteers too when you need them. It seems like anybody wants to help you when you ask and call on people, which is great, because this is what this is about. We're all volunteers, and we need to help each other whenever we can and try to be sensitive to everyone's needs. You just do it. And thank you for everything you do. It's much appreciated.
No, I love doing it. And, for us, it's a family event too. My wife is, my right hand of my equal. She helps with everything we do. She's not always as forward facing as I am. But she works her butt off for the club, and my kids are my oldest and my youngest two are almost always in tow, helping out and doing the thing. They're all at Aquashella this weekend helping out, and they kind of anchored the booth for me so I could go and make sure our volunteers were where they were supposed to be and doing what they were supposed to do. So, we've built a really awesome community, I think, and I really appreciate everybody that helps out. And for Aquashella, the thing that I really enjoyed about it was that it was a collaborative effort. They asked us for about 20 volunteers, and that's hard to come up with for just one club. So we reached out to Pasco and Fort Myers and Gold Coast and Pinellas and all those guys, and just about everybody supplied a few people and really made the load a lot lighter for the rest of us.
So yeah, that was absolutely crazy. The turnout, the amount of people that wanted to help, because when you first got a hold of me, I was like, all right, we can round up a few guys from down here. And I was down right away, and you were like, yeah, great. And then it got closer and closer, and I was like, well, maybe they just need a couple of us. And then you were like, man, just come on up and do your thing. And it was great. There was booths from multiple clubs there, Tampa and the Guppy show. And did you guys have the kids booth, or was that just a collaborative effort between you guys and Pascal?
So in years past, the kids, one of the things that we push, my wife being a teacher and all that stuff, and we have younger kids. Our youngest are 12 now, 12-year-old twins. One of the things, obviously, that's very important is making sure that the kids are involved and that they're happy. If they're at an event, they need to be busy and doing something, because sitting and watching isn't all that fun. So we noticed in years past at Aquashella, because this is actually the third time we've staffed it, that the kids area, the people who are running it would kind of peter out kind of early, sometime on Saturday. And so this year I kind of told her, hey, stick us next to the kids booth and we'll take care of it. We'll keep an eye on it, make sure it's running, make sure everybody's, all the kids are enjoying their day. And that's how that all came about. So we were able to kind of tag team the whole thing, and Pasco helped out when they could. And, Bill and Brian from Tampa were busy running their butts off on the Guppy show all weekend and selling books.
They did a really, really good job. I was impressed. There was some absolutely beautiful fish there. I entered some Ginga sulphurus guppies. I did not win, but it made me happy to see a People's Choice number on there. Maybe they all had People's Choice numbers. I didn't look after I got mine. So let it be said that there was really, really a lot of guppies there, and mine had number 10 on it for People's Choice. But I don't. So there was a good amount. Yeah, they did a good job. The kids looked like they were having a good time. I was actually surprised at the amount of time the kids spent there. You guys did a good job with that. Thanks.
Sure.
So yeah, as you guys know, we're here talking about Aquashella 2026 in Orlando. Hello, Bill Shields. How are you today? I'm assuming that's Bill Shields, William Shields.
I know that guy.
One of those, yeah. First Aquashella. So I'm gonna try. Well, I didn't. Oh yes, it is. I would definitely go again. Guppy Show was a big success. Book sale for the AKA and George Meyer Fund was beyond expected. Yeah, it was really, really great. I would like to have seen a couple other clubs there with booths. I think it would have been really beneficial to them. Aquashella, thank you so much for all you do for everybody. Also, by giving the booths to the clubs and, supply some volunteers, get VIP passes for the weekend. That is a win-win, because you even have a place to stop and rest and friends to talk to.
Yeah, and that's actually what we tried to do with our booth this year, was kind of make it an oasis, for our people walking around. We had coolers with drinks and snacks and all that stuff. And, we didn't focus on making money. That's not why we do Aquashella. But we tried to make sure our members had a place to stop in and say hi and spread some interest and all that type of stuff. And actually, Aquafunk, I picked up a good book. When I was a teenager, I used to walk around with my Axelrod's Mini Atlas and Tampa. Actually, they had an autographed one there. So I was able to pick up an autographed Mini Atlas for $20. So
I stayed off the book table, but there was some really good books there. I have a few here at the house, but yeah, that's cool. Did you get anything when you were there? Did you come home fish free?
I did not get any fish.
Right on. Good job.
All I got was the book, honestly.
Timo, I saw Timo. Timo got VIP. He was there bright and early. That was pretty dang cool to see him there. Mrs. Timo was there also. It was super, super cool. Yeah, thanks, Matt, once again for all the things you do. There were so many cool. You guys, how many of you guys have been, like the banner said? No, that's in the wrong one, isn't it? Well, we can just ask this in general. How many of you guys attend expos, conventions, national conventions, or big annual things? And which ones do you guys attend? I like them, Matt. I think they're a pretty good time. I just can't figure out why that won't go away. There it is. I guess they go away automatically. I know Timo said that was his first time there. Bill also said it was his first time. That's the first time I've been there. I didn't even know about these things. Yeah, no, I didn't even know about these things until just a few years ago here. Maybe one time when I was younger. One time when I was younger, though, we were at some kind of fish convention in Minneapolis, St. Paul, when I was in the Cub Scouts. But I don't remember. I wasn't really into that kind of stuff at all. I had fish tanks, but we were doing a Cub Scout thing. So I don't know. Yeah, here I see Aquafunk's comment here. I'm going to flip this up on the screen. We'll talk about this, and then I want to go through and just talk about some of the different vendors and things we saw there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Aquashella lost some of the fans over the last few years, but this year, with it being smaller and more personal, this year I think it going back to what it started out as. A little bit of word salad there on my behalf. Sorry, you guys, I have my glasses on. So, yes, I agree with what he says, and I was never there, just from what I heard everybody saying. And I think they really did a Aquashella, if you hear me, the event was great, and the girls who ran the social media, the media people and stuff, they were all really good and helpful. The volunteers were helpful. But whoever did your maybe I just looked at an outdated version, your website updating, and maybe like I said, maybe I had an outdated version, but it didn't look anything like that. And one of the guys from our club posted something, and from what it was looking like up until whenever somebody told me they updated the website, which was during the show maybe, or maybe it was the night of its start, I don't know, is not what I saw when I was in there.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely crazy. It was epic.
Yeah. Compared to, so Daytona was good the last 2 years that they were there. Stuff felt more spread out when it was in Daytona, and it felt like there were more waves of people. So, when they come in at 10 o'clock or whatever, it felt like there was a wave, and then it kind of died down again. But Saturday in Orlando, it was just consistent all day long. I mean, it was wall-to-wall people just about all day, which I was very impressed with. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't quite sure what to expect on this one, but it felt very busy all day long.
I'm glad that they it was split between 2 rooms. I'm not a huge fan of that. It would make for less congestion and stuff, but I really think you lose people when they're walking between the rooms, and it's easier to escape, and then you miss things. Oh, we have to go back over there again. It is just across the hall and whatnot, but you still do. So from like a vendor's aspect, I could see where that wouldn't have been the best thing. And now I can see from a vendor's aspect also, some of the guys were like, oh, it was kind of crowded. For the most part, vendors have a great amount of space. There's a lot of people there, and that is part of what made it so exciting for me. That's a lot of people excited for fish, for hardscape, plants, shrimp, corals, all kinds of things. There was so much stuff there, you guys. It was crazy. It was better than the videos that people make of it. It was cool.
Yeah, and I guess so. Going back to the beginning of Aquashella, like back when they started, because this was actually kind of a quick turnaround, because I think they announced it in like January or something like that. And I think their focus was to try to bring in a few more reptile and plant people, and stick them in this and put them in the second room, so there was a little bit of delineation there. In fact, right up until Wednesday or Thursday, when they changed the room layout, the Lady Cove in the picture here, they had a 20 by 20 booth in the other room. So when they sort of smashed so my understanding was when they got there, they realized that, you know, the ticketing and admission and all that kind of stuff was going to be a nightmare in terms of the logistics. So they scrambled to put everybody in the same room. Their booth was really nice. They had a lot of really cool plants, but a kind of a weird layout, because it was like 40 feet long by 5 feet wide, you know?
Well, I absolutely loved it. I shot some video for this young lady after she's just super, super nice. I talked to her for quite a while. I just forgot her name. You guys know I'm bad with that. I don't even know what club Matt runs, and he's my friend. And I'm in the club, and I sponsor the events too. We were just talking about a few things. She gave me this beautiful plant, and then showed me the mother. Oh wait, she's actually the plant she's standing in from right there. This is a still. That's what the baby plant that she gave me is from. I forgot the name. One of you plant guys, if you know it, throw it up in the chat right now. If you can get it right now in 30 seconds in the chat, whoever puts it in the chat, I'll give them a $50 gift card for Uncle Joe's Fish Shed to be used online at www.unclejoesfishshed.com for merchandise only. Haha. It's like a commercial, Matt. That was pretty cool.
Handmade shirt, a handmade shirt. And you know they're handmade.
They are. You know how you know some of them are handmade? If you guys who've got shirts for me, tell me how you can tell they're handmade. You can, because there's some flaws in a couple of them. I'm getting better at it. For promo shirts, I give them away. What can you say? I absolutely love it, and it's fun. Yeah, she was really super great. Plants, little plants, $800. Big plants, $800. Yeah, she was great. I thought her booth was absolutely cool. There was a lot of really cool stuff there. The driftwood, these guys right here. Did you? I mean, you couldn't not see this. Aquascapers Paradise.
Yeah.
Driftwood. When I walked in and I saw the people setting up driftwood booths, and they first were setting up, I was like, had a little bit of negative connotations because of what I read online and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is Driftwood Fest this year. Just in my head, I was kidding. But you know, this is how I work. This is after I walked down one aisle wrong way or too far, and then turned around and came back down it again, and they're all blacked out glow stick land where everybody looks like they're doing mushrooms and stuff in the coral bins, just corals and driftwood. And I was like, oh, well, nothing was set up. So it didn't matter that there was lots of those, because unlike what we all thought, there were lots and lots of freshwater booths too. But there, and every driftwood booth as I go on here. I mean, they just had different cool stuff. Quinn's Fins, they had a really super good display. Shelby and Grant were there selling shrimp. There was some other shrimp people there too. They had some shrimp and stuff. They did have a lot of booths, but Grant and Shelby, definitely where you guys should be getting your shrimp at. Get your plants from them when you're at events. TGOE, gardenofeater.com. Definitely the people to see. Very excited. Thank you guys for your support in my journey. You guys rock. Who else was there? That, I mean, there was just so many people we know. I draw a blank now. Florida's Finest. Florida's Finest took best display. I don't know which part of their display, if it was all. I have some pretty dang good video of these guys when it's dark, when we were in there setting up. These fish are absolutely fire. You know who else was there? It was super cool, you guys. I have a picture I buried in here. I want to show it to you guys. Ryan was there. Wild fish tanks. And oh my gosh, it was so awesome. He had guinea pigs.
He sold so many fish he had to bring guinea pigs.
He did, dude. He did. So who would have, you guys, who would have ever thought? What did he call? It's the seal point angelfish of the guinea pig world.
Right,
or, like
California point.
So
right?
I go over to look. Yeah, so I go over to look at the price, and I haven't bought a guinea pig for a long time. I thought they were like $13, so I'm expecting like a $25 guinea pig or something like that. No way, but they're worth every penny of it. They're really cute. Ryan was there. Let's see, Bill Shields. I can't know who this is. VTKFJK. Aquafunk. That's I already saw you. Wild Fish. Oh, hey, right on, you guys. That's pretty cool. Ryan, well, this comment had to be since I was talking about him. Anyways, or he just knows I was talking about him. Hello, Ryan. How are you?
His ears were ringing.
We were just, I just pulled the comments back up because I was on this old banner thing, so I could pull this back up. Ryan's here. Well, that's really super cool. Bill, Quinn's Fins was so cool. Jeff Keller, thank you. I'll try to remember that, Jeff. I probably will just BTK. It kind of looks like BT Killer when I look back here for my glass with my glasses. But I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. But I did.
Jeff worked his butt off on Saturday, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was out there checking people in like all day long. It was, that's another awesome thing about the volunteers. They just didn't stop. They're out there all day long.
Out there, having Jeff Keller smile like this the whole entire time. He's a heck of a guy. He does a lot of good stuff for the hobby too. I need to definitely have him on. Ryan, thank you for stopping in. Hello, sweet Polly. Hello.
So can I do one more shameless plug?
Oh my gosh, you can just plug away. I'll look at these pictures to see what to put up here. You can entertain us.
If anybody's on the East Coast, or actually wherever you live, Quinn's Fins on the 28th has said they'd let us come and do a tour. So at 10 o'clock in the morning on the 28th, come join us. It's down in Fellsmere, Florida. And then we're gonna go to lunch afterwards, and possibly do a small auction. We have a little room that seats 80, so let's fill that room and sell some fish and have some fun.
Man, I tell you what, I had a really good time. Quinn's Fins also gave me a little gift. I was over to buy a plant. I just forget everybody's name all the time, and the club that you run. Anyways, it's a really cool plant. I don't have it with me. It's in the house. I'd show it to you. I can't remember. He grew it from a tiny little baby or from a seed. they had an awesome booth. Their plants were absolutely crazy. I made a video, the first video I ever edited. I did edit that Fritz video that I uploaded, that little short 1-minute thing with Fritz. I'm not affiliated with Fritz in any way, shape, or form. Sprout was there. It was really fun. I was talking to the guys at Fritz. They were like, go ahead. And it was super cool to do it. But that really didn't need to be edited because I'm so smooth. I did that all at once somehow. Who knows? It just actually happened that way. Never again. But that video actually at 10 o'clock, I have it ready for. I forgot what I was saying. Dang. I do that sometimes. I started reading comments here, and I was just looking at Ryan's about the volunteers and stuff. Prodological Aquarius. Don't forget to. Oh yeah, the thumbs up button, you guys. I appreciate you guys all taking out time to come and watch. The Aquascaping contest was absolutely crazy. I guess I don't know what I really kind of expected. I saw the videos of the stuff before and the smoke and the lights and all that. And I saw the tank pictures, and I guess I always just assume, you know, videos and pictures in the tanks, and there's just like maybe a couple really good ones, and the rest are kind of looking like an 11-year-old denim, and we'll get to that in a second. An 11-year-old in the Aquascaping contest, or child. Yeah. They were absolutely crazy. So we have the fish back up there again, and I don't know why. We're just going to start off with this right away, and then we can move on because this is crazy. Shelby is awesome. I learned a lot about aquascaping here, talking to the aquascapers, talking to the judges about the lines and nature, like where the plants need to be and whatnot like that. It does not mean I can do any of that stuff. I'm more of a, boy, that looks cool, let's put it in that way kind of person. Picture of Miss Shelby while she's doing it. I have some more pictures in here somewhere if I can figure it out. I'll do it next time, like Matt's talking or something. Some of the others, Caleb, it was his first competition. A few other people, it was their first competition. You could never believe it. So, and then somebody doesn't show up. And so what are you going to do? There's a tank sitting there, I guess. And I come around the corner and what do I see? Little Miss Layla Eater at a tank, aquascaping. Absolutely beautiful. So I don't know anything about aquascaping. So my two favorite tanks, hands down, for sure, are Caleb's and Layla's. And their plants aren't in the right spots and stuff like that. And this stuff doesn't go with this, but boy, do they looked awesome. Yeah. And I don't know who won best ashore if they have people's choice, but as far as the auction go, I would think it would have been Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, aquascaping is one of those things I don't have a talent for. I can appreciate it, as you can see behind me. I mean, if it'll turn green in my tank, that's awesome, and I just let it do what it's going to do.
Yeah.
I purposely actually grow hair algae in this tank, so because I have flagfish, and let them do their thing in there. But for the most part, that's not a skill I possess, but I can definitely appreciate it. You know, there's certain fish in the hobby like discus and flower horns and things like that. Like, I can appreciate that people like them and people want to keep them. It's not for me, but that's what makes the hobby awesome, right? Is everybody has their own little niche and what they want to do, and it may change from year to year or month to month or whatever. So I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I thought I muted it. Oh, I'm just sitting there staring off into space. I like that little picture. I'm going to put that back up there. I wonder if I'm actually going to get any other pictures out. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Yeah. I will after a little bit here. I should really check the chat every once in a while. I think I'm up. Shelby won best of the show. And so is that just how they do it? Like they judge it or is there like a people's choice? We had Shelby's picture up, Bill. I knew she won the championship. I was just wondering if there's like them people pick too. I have no idea. Because they do that in the shrimp contest, right? No, that was the guppy contest. That's right. People's choice. I won a People's Choice Award this year at Aquashella. I did. Yes, thank you. It was number 10, but still nonetheless.
Okay. And had a 1 in it.
Judged. Yeah. So they don't have a. Right on. Yeah, I knew that. Excuse me, you guys. I caught a little bit of something there. Maybe from being around so many people, the rain. I got lucky. I helped clean up inside, and everybody was cleaning up the booths running outside and came in soaking wet.
Yeah.
What other kind of events do you go to, Matt? Do you go to any of the national ones? National conventions, the yearly, the big ones like Spring Fling or the Keystone Clash, stuff like that. What's your favorite expo? What's your favorite convention? You cannot say any of the Space Coast events. I actually had pictures pulled up for the events, the one that was in February and the one last year. Those don't count for you.
Well, I've mostly stayed in Florida. I've got, unfortunately, it's just, that's the way it is for me. I was able to venture up with Ryan to the Atlanta auction last fall. That was a lot of fun. Always looking for tips and tricks to improve kind of our. Yeah, you're right, Bill. I was at AKA in 24, kind of helping out over there. That was a lot of fun. Everywhere I go, I kind of have to drag at least 4 people or bring at least 4 people with me. So it gets to be kind of an expensive proposition, and not all of my family really loves spending a week at fish stuff.
What?
I know, right?
That just doesn't sound like it's really real. But I mean, it probably is.
But I try to hit all the big stuff in the 4 or 5 clubs that are around here in Tampa and Pasco and Gold Coast and all those guys. I try to hit those when I can. I don't mind driving a couple hours, so that's really my focus. And and trying to do things to grow our community and get the word out about our club and grow our community and try to meet other hobbyists kind of where they are and invest in what they want to do. That's one of the things I really want to invest in with our club is helping to facilitate what our members and friends want to do and giving them a place to do that.
Yeah, right on. I know you've put quite a bit of work into this already. And just like you do, just with your club, and it shows just also with like what you said with the kids booth and just wanting that near you and stuff. You had reached out to me to do a talk with the local, your local high school and their aquaculture program. I do believe it was. I thank you. I look forward to doing that. Where the youth is definitely where we need to be pushing this stuff and gearing towards. I talk about fish clubs at the end of every single video, and fish clubs are really, really important. They're a lot of work, and a lot of people don't realize it. We definitely need to be entertaining the younger generation more. And you're doing that, and it's key. I like to focus and work that way too, as much as I can. I know a lot of the younger kids in the club are like, you should get a TikTok and stuff like that. Now that's really young. That stuff's fast and whatnot. But that is where, if that's where it travels to, and that's where you initially reach these kids, and to get them into the hobby, that's where we do. Just with the same with things that we don't maybe necessarily always or haven't always agreed with. Glowfish, balloon fish, crosses, long fins, flower horns. It brings newer people into the hobby, and that's okay. They need to, and a lot of people will make their own decisions after that.
Sure. I've seen some amazing glowfish tanks. I mean, again, they're kind of like discus and flower horns for me. They're not really my thing, but I don't have a problem with them. It's just not what I'm into. So, you know, I've seen some amazing glowfish tanks, and those angels that were at Aquashella were really neat.
There's nothing you can do to get those from those guys, but I do know something. I wonder if they know what's happening to them when they leave the trade show. They couldn't get rid of any because of the trade show. They're not released yet for a little while. I don't want baby ones. I want to save those I need to go there in the name of those fish so they don't have to fly one more time after being tanked for 2 weeks at shows, getting icky water changes, and be their voice and get them. No, they were super beautiful. That's unreal. I mean, they were beautiful.
Yeah.
If you guys, yeah, people saw them.
I heard, I saw that they had paradise fish, glow paradise fish. I didn't see them, but
I didn't either. Somebody had mentioned that, and he actually asked me if I had seen something else, and I don't know if it was there, but I was just kept staring at those. I like it. What was your favorite thing you saw when you were there?
It sounds corny, but the favorite thing I saw while I was there was just the amount of people in the community that were there. You know, the familiar faces and the new faces and all that stuff. You know, it was just great to see the crowd, you know, the crowds out again. I was honestly, and Ryan will tell you, I was a little skeptical going into the thing that it was going to be as big a success as it was going to be. And it really was an outstanding festival. And, you know, just the community around aquariums and hobbyists is just a really awesome community. Everybody's generally very friendly and, you know, just giving and just great people all around. So I really just enjoy hanging out, talking to people and meeting new people and making connections and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it is super cool. What I really liked, what I like about it is there's just so much stuff. So you can bring any one of your fish friends with, you know, you don't just have to bring a pistol bob, you know, yeah, I gotta go get a pistol bob again. We're going to a little mini cichlid show around there, and we're gonna go get us some cichlids, you know.
Right.
Me and a pistol bob. So you can literally take anybody you want. All you have to do is have some type of aquarium thing in common. And I found out that not only like soft corals and the crazy saltwater fish, they have $10,000 fish they had there. Just so much saltwater stuff. They saltwater bugs. I have some little saltwater isopods or whatever they are, and I got food for them from these really super nice people there. I just forgot their booth name too. But all that, like, just like we said before, the plants, bugs, morph market, the chameleon ladies, that was so cool watching them change colors and stuff. It really it makes it really cool having a mixed expo like this. What do y'all guys all think about these mixed expos? I don't know how many people are in here. You guys can throw a comment up here. Anybody watching the video later, check that chat out right there. Drop your comments in there. You guys, I do thank you again for everyone who hangs out and watches this all the time. But yeah, your thoughts on the mixed expos. I don't see how you couldn't want a mixed expo like that if they have the space and the time, you know, a couple days. Now, a national freshwater convention is really great too. Don't get me wrong. You can make the national convention just as exciting as that if you got more people in there. But
sure,
there's just there's takeaways from that. You see things that you never even thought of before. Check this out. Here's what I learned. I thought that corals just had to live in dark water all the time and they just had to be all dark. And I literally, in the lights and the pictures and the rooms are all funny colors. And I just kind of low key thought everybody who collected corals and stuff sat around doing mushrooms and smoking like just bunches of weed and stuff with glow sticks. So I never in a million years, and I thought the glow sticks looked cool because the corals lit up cool, and I didn't know, and it gave some ambient lighting. Oh man, they're for putting in the water so you can touch stuff and look at stuff. And as the guy's telling me the amount of people, he's like, yeah, you wouldn't believe the amount of people that grab these and put them up in their eye and shove them in the tank, or just walk up and do that. 2 people at this place called Low Country Coral right next to theirs in the booth I was at. It might have been Low Countries. Like literally almost simultaneously. He's like that. And I was like, well, I thought they were glow sticks, bro. And I just thought you guys were just sitting back here with that lady drawing pictures like, and this is what you guys did. But no, it's so you can put your hand, don't have to put your hands in there and touch. So I don't know. I learned a lot of really super cool saltwater stuff. I learned that some people would buy a fish for $10,000 that I think is man-made. Maybe it's not
that was a biota. That was a biota booth. That was the blurple tang.
Yeah. So absolutely crazy. I did a little bit of digging and looked on the price list, importing them and stuff like that, so I can see where it starts getting up at that show price. And if it's a good, solid, healthy fish, and I'm sure they at that price they take care of it right away. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, and so not to keep harping on this.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So not to keep harping on it, but you know, one of the other things that I was trying to do was kind of go around and collect speakers for this high school thing. And to a person, everybody I approached was like, yeah, absolutely. When do you want me to do it? The biota guy was one of them. Sandy Moore from National Pet Advocacy, and you and Bill Shields and Ryan, and just everybody I talked to was immediately in. It's another testament to our hobby and the people that are in it.
Yeah, it's super, super cool. I was flipping through pictures to try to find a picture. That's why I like to put you up there and throw you on Front Street. Next time I want to find pictures, I'm going to ask about your tanks. Yeah, I'm glad everybody hopped on board really quick, which brings me to another thing just to bring up really quick. Anybody who maybe knows a little bit about it, we spoke a little bit about it. I talked to some guys in Texas in the beginning about it, who knows about tanks in the classroom programs. I forgot who I was talking to already. Somebody on here out there, one of these platforms, already had a couple teachers lined up, and maybe it was you, I don't remember. But just back to, that's just more youth and club things, which we're supposed to be talking about Aquashella. So I want to get back on track to Aquashella, and we are on track to Aquashella, because guess what? Without fish clubs, good breeders, we wouldn't have Aquashella either.
That's right.
Tell me all of us that that are making these right now, me and you, the guys at Quinn's Fins, at Lrbbing Aquatics, at the Garden of Eater, that plant lady, I just forgot her name. Dang it, I keep just so far at that.
The lady code.
Yeah. So and all the fish people there, for the most part, I'm pretty sure they're all club members. Science Gal. So I'm going to just go out on a limb here. Hello, Science Gal. And I have a sticker. This is the wonderful young lady that Aquafunk introduced me to, that I was too nervous to reach out to. And then I just thought they didn't get a hold of me or something. I didn't know that. I'm like, I might have emailed that from my iPad, and so it doesn't need an email. And I think that's her, but I'm not 100% sure. She does the social media stuff for Aquashella.
Gotcha.
Is that her? I don't know.
No
We'll
idea.
find out if she says hi. She'll say hi, watch. Um, so, and I could be all the way wrong too. I appreciate all you guys hanging out and staying in here. We have a little bit of time left. I never did check the chat when I asked that question before either, if anybody wanted a gift card or anything like that, because I'm a poor host, and as Richard Reynolds will tell you guys, I'm really poor at getting people their winnings. Not only did Richard not get his first plecos right away, but I'm giving him 2 of them anyways because they're small, and that's just how it is. And then he wins Swordtails, and he doesn't get those right away because he's so dang. I should have just mailed them. I don't know. I'll make it up. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even laugh. I'm laughing because I'm hiding behind my tears. What was your? Did you have like a highlight from? Just like, what was like the coolest thing?
Believe it or not,
you see it, how many talks did you watch? I watched one about farming coral and stuff like that, but so that wouldn't have been it for me. But what was yours?
I actually, I didn't see a talk. I was running all weekend mostly.
You were busy, man.
You know, I do have to shout out you were talking about driftwood people, and I didn't want to interrupt you earlier, but that Pet World that had all the driftwood up near the stage there.
Okay, was that? I don't know if okay. Go ahead.
They're in the Midwest, and I want to tell you a kind of a funny story about them. When we left Daytona 2 years ago, we accidentally picked up a box that was earmarked for them from Sarah and brought it home. So they posted on the Aquashella vendors group and said, "Hey, did somebody pick up this box?" And man, we kind of just got roasted, our club, and it was totally inadvertent and all that stuff. We got it sent back to him. We solved it. We got it back to him and all that stuff. So when I bumped into Tim again this time, I went over and I said, I'm not going to steal anything from you this time. And we had a good laugh about it. He's a really nice guy. And they were great about donating wood, some driftwood to us last time.
Yeah. Is that the dad or the son?
The dad, but I actually spoke to the son quite a bit this time as well.
He is great. So me and a couple other people were talking to him, and they wholesale if anybody out there is interested. I actually thought their place was called something else, and the pet thing was in front of their stand. I thought their banner was up in the thing and it had something to do with wood creation. But that's just what I thought. Maybe they have 2 stores. I don't know. Or the wood creations are part of that other thing. Anyways, yeah, I'll be getting a hold of those guys pretty soon to get some wholesale stuff. And he was pretty eager, after talking to him. He just seems like a happy guy. I don't know if he was eager. I should say I am eager anyways, to be able to wholesale through those guys and offer some of their stuff and not have to buy such huge amounts. So that's another bonus for going there, hanging out and helping and talking to people before and after. That was their wood that I showed. I had this stuff in a folder. It's gone now. I deleted them, but I had it in a folder, but I had like 10 pictures because I was so amazed. I could probably make a 15-minute video just in that booth from the outside from the night before. I mean, you'd have to see a couple of the things, and I'd have to talk and throw some pictures up, but I was really impressed. I actually got a couple pieces from there. They're right here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Probably give it to Bill. I don't know.
I think I spent $100 in their booth actually. Now that you asked me earlier what I got, but yeah, I think I
was meaning fish though. I guess I would have got. I wasn't even thinking of that kind of stuff. There's so many different things to check out and try. A lot of the vendors, giving out samples, different things like that. That was really super cool too. Yeah, I think I missed Lrbb's new talk, you guys. So that was kind of a bummer. I did watch at his booth for a little while. Probably my highlight of the entire show was, if we can get this to go up there, I got to babysit for a little while and it was super fun.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. Those children are they're just good. Now the two bigger kids, they're big kids already, so I guess I would expect that. The baby is just so well behaved at these, at least from what I see. Maybe if we asked Shelby and Grant, they'd be like, those kids. But they're the parents, you know, and we're kind of like the friend and the uncle. Mira is 100%. She is great. She'll be taking it by storm. So the long hidden black rams. Yes. Gabe likes Rolling Rock. Jeff, Gabe is like, I want to go on the chat and chill for a minute. You should entertain us so I can get some pictures out. Let's go back here and look at this a little bit.
I've been commenting in the chat too while you've been.
You have been? Oh, right on. Which one are you?
At Space Coast AS, that's my club.
Oh yeah. So what do you got in those tanks back? What do you got in those tanks back there, buddy?
What do I have in these tanks?
Yeah.
This is kind of like my mixed native tank. It's got some flagfish, some mollies, some golden top minnows, stuff like that. Stuff that I've caught locally. I have a pair of flags in there. I have some guppies that I picked up from one of our club members. Just started a little store down at the flea market down in Melbourne. Gilson's Aquatic Dreams. I picked up some guppies from him last week. These guys are bronze cories from Jay Schaefer. If you go to an auction and win something from Jay, you get his phone number. That's pretty cool. These are.
I'm trying to change the dang comment on my screen, and I'm just sitting here going like this and like this, and every time I unhides, it says I want to be Uncle Joe when I grow up, and I just don't even know what the heck is going on here, and I'm like, why does somebody keep typing I want to be Uncle Joe? I was sure it was Ryan, 100%. Ryan, thank you very much. I'm sorry. Back to your tanks. I was trying to fix the screen, you guys. If you guys were wondering about that, I'm sorry, Matt. Thank you.
That's all right. So these are yellow convicts, the Matatlania nanoluteus. These guys are some eyes and eyes. Some of the Gadeids. I have bluefin killies in this tank, and these are some Matatlania Myrnae from Bill Shields. I picked them up at an auction recently when we went out to the place in Ocala there, and that was a good time at
Doc's place.
Yep.
Yeah, you're talking about that older guy, Bill Shields, the elephant guy.
Yeah, the guy. He's in the chat right now.
The elephant guy. Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah, the elephant
I
guy.
know he is.
Elephants and
talk
fish.
About fish clubs all the time. Let me tell you what.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
always talking about fish clubs. You guys, this is besides you can be in Matt Mills Fish Club anywhere in the state. You can be a member of that club. Join the club. At what aquarium society is it, buddy? He's got it there. It's the Space Coast Aquarium Society with Golden Matt Mills. But when you go to these events, you guys, and most of the people that are in here right now know this, but the people who come to watch don't, because I go into chat sometimes and read the comments. You can meet people like Ryan from Wild Fish Tanks, Grant and Shelby Eater from the Garden of Eater, all the other people that were at Aquashella, all the celebrities, Lrbb, Bill Shields. Bill's absolutely amazing. So many scientists, so many people who wrote the books and do the things and really set the path for the things that we love and do right here in Florida. It's absolutely crazy. I learned so much crazy stuff. I can't wait to have Bill on here. His fish stuff is absolutely insane.
Yeah, he's a wealth of knowledge and a really nice guy.
He surely is.
You could have Ryan on here too.
I saw that. So I
Yeah, you
brought
got to
the
have
first
him here
time.
on the podcast, on the stream.
Yeah, I was talking about him, and then he was in here, and actually feel really cool when if Bill and Ryan are in here. Actually, I look up to those guys. Ryan, I learned a lot from him. He's his good advice, and Bill. Every time I talk to him, I learn something new, and it's really cool. Yeah, it's cool. I feel very lucky and blessed to be able to have all this and be in these clubs.
Well, yeah, and to get back to that high school thing, I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Just the people that are just around that participate and do the things. You know, one of the talks I wanted to mention was this weekend is Tampa Bay, and it's Jeff McDaniel. You'll never find a smarter guy knowing about wild bettas and all that type of stuff. That's going to be an awesome talk. He spent a lot of time putting that together, and they raise some awesome fish, and they do some great things for wild caught bettas and all that stuff. So if you're in the Tampa area this weekend, definitely hit the Tampa Bay meeting because that's going to be an outstanding talk.
I should have let those guys know I was coming back on live again. They did a giveaway during the 12 days of Fish Miss. I am super excited. I kind of dropped the ball. We didn't have the internet, wasn't working for a few weeks. He was going to get on and do one of those with me, and I look forward to doing the whole series with him. Absolutely crazy. I actually just am in the process of tearing down one of my tanks from those guys. They gave me some mahakams. He gifted them to me. I can't get the dad not to eat the eggs. It's been many, many times. It is what it is. He's going to tell me I have in too much small space. Probably do. I'm going to pull the eggs, or actually I'm going to put them in a 20 long. So I'm really excited to see that. That's this weekend too, and so is the annual auction. So now we have a dilemma here. Chat. I'm going to go where everyone tells me. I'm going to go where the majority of people tell me to go because I can't make up my mind. Should I go to the auction and buy plecos that I can get anytime? It's really cool. It supports an annual event. Or should I go and support my friend Gio on the first time he's giving this talk at Tampa Bay, where I could possibly see some other great friends too? Huh.
I don't know. That's a tough decision.
Well, I had to put on my thinking hat here. I have an idea. I got this at Aquashella.
Do them both.
Yeah, it's my thinking hat. Well, that was my bald hat. I'm going to change my mind. Everybody who I talked to today and yesterday that I told I was going to the annual auction and that I was bringing fish. I don't know how I'm going to get your fish to you. I'm going to have to go over there in the morning on the way. I'm going to go to Tampa, and I'm going to watch Gio McDaniels from Shimmering Aquatics beta talk. I'm very excited to see it, and I want to see it live. And that is, I think, more important than an auction. I think the auctions for the Fish Club are fine and great and fun and dandy, and I know everybody likes them, and that's what keeps the clubs afloat. But I'm going to go see the talk anyways because it's more important and it spreads knowledge, and this is how we keep people entertained. All right, I don't need any answers from the chat. Oh, Gio, for sure. Thanks, Bill. I'm going to listen to Bill anyways. He's going to miss Gio's talk.
You'll never go wrong listening to Bill Shields.
It won't be his last. Yeah, more about fish breeding than I will probably ever know. Yes. I can't wait. I've asked Bill a couple times because I'm right out there and just like, wow, Bill, will you come and can we talk about stuff? And I can't wait to have Bill on. You guys, I'm excited. So we're starting to run after 9 o'clock. I don't know how long people want to stay on. I like to keep it for an hour because I don't know if I bore people or people get sick of it or Matt's sick of it. An hour seems like a good amount of time on a Thursday night. We talked about Aquashella a little bit. We talked about all the great things. Lrbb had a new talk there. We talked about Matt's fish club. Anything we forgot to talk about, Matt? Like, what are you doing this weekend, Matt? Are you where are you going, Matt? I'm hoping that's Matt's connection and not mine. It'd be hard to say. Huh. We could ask the chat. I ask the chat stuff all the time. I don't know if the chat answers because I don't even look. Sometimes I do. I actually look too much, guys. Now you're back. I don't know whose connection that is. Anything else that you could anything we missed that you want to talk about?
No. I'm trying to post the link to the Tampa Bay Club in the chat, but it's not working.
So I need to find a mod. Anybody that knows how to mod, ever want to start modding on here and pick another night? Also, just throwing this out there, I'm looking for a couple more people to work on a 4-panel podcast, probably not to be on here. I have some great people that I'm thinking about. I need one more person from this way. Ideally, I want somebody from the Midwest. If anybody knows anybody, I'm thinking about Mexicali Fish Keeper from the West Coast. I got this girl, Aqua Intuitions from TikTok on there. She does education and writes education and guides and stuff like that, all to the youth. She does morning live streams and stuff on there. The kids hop on and ask her like about their water and show pictures of their tanks, and she works really good with them. And then somebody from the Midwest. This is another example. I've thought about this before too with clubs and how they're kind of divided up, and you hear people talk about them. It's like the West Coast, the East Coast, the Midwest, and then Florida. I think I brought this up on there before, but anyways, if anybody knows, anybody has an idea, just kind of, yeah, I figured it was Matt because mine looked fine. Thanks, Ryan. Just throw it out there and let me know. Just to literally, I don't know. Just thoughts. More than thoughts. Anyways, you guys. So one of my highlights, one of my funniest things, and not even remotely a highlight, is so we get to Aquashella and there's no Aquashella. Hear me on this. Good event, great. Don't let any hotel ever get away with not giving you some kind of deal on some dang rooms, though. So we get our hotel room. We go there. There's cigarette burns everywhere. Lucas Bretz from Lrbbing Aquatics calls me and he's like, "Oh, I can't even stay in my room, dude. You're not even gonna like it." And I get there and I'm like, "No, it'll be fine." You know, Grant and Shelby are like, "Yeah, we're staying over here," and other people are staying like right at the place. And it's like, you know, $400, which probably would have been a really super good idea. And I get there and he's actually walking out already. He's like checking out. There's another lady there that was bringing 2 sets of keys going, "Oh, Lord, I can't even do it." This older lady, and I was like, she goes, I walk in, the lady's wearing a mask, and she's like, "Do you want to check your room?" And I'm just like, come on. Like, this is, you asked this when I walked in. They just checked me out right away. Didn't need to make me pay any money. We go to get another hotel room. I'm super, super tired. I'm up all night the night before, getting stuff ready. Driving, like, Lucas isn't behind me anywhere. There's a car coming at me. I'm in Orlando. What the hell's this guy doing coming at me down this street for? Why is this street so narrow? Now Lucas is in the other lane where he's supposed to be. I'm going down the road on the one way. Luckily for me, because then I got up there and didn't stop for the stop sign or anything. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. There was traffic coming. I go in the hotel room. I get the last hotel room.
Nice.
So it was great for me. I feel a little bit bad because I kind of went around some people quick. I don't know how they were getting in or not, or if they were there for a room. In walks Lrbbing to get a room. This is the middle of the night. We just set up the show, got everything going, you know, fish tanks. You guys, bucket brigade, that's no joke. I never in a million years knew people did that with buckets. The smart people had pumps like Grant and Shelby and Quinn, Spins, and those guys, but a lot of people had buckets and siphons, and not even siphons and hoses hooked up inside, holding them on in the bathroom. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So back to this, we're at the hotel room. I turn around, there's Lrbb. So needless to say, he has no where to stay. He has, yep, there you are, Lucas. This is payback. He has to write his new speech. If you guys were lucky enough to see it, many people were talking about it and came up afterwards. This is just a photo from 123. 123, when I was sleeping in my hotel room that I got at Aquashella, Orlando 2026, he tells me he's got to write and he's got the light on for a little bit. And this is great because I'm super tired. He didn't tell me the part about how he was editing audio in there. If you guys watch the video that's coming out at 10, there's part of the audio in there over and over and over again. And I tell you what, I edited a little bit of video, and I guess I maybe understand. His talk was awesome. He walked in and he goes, it's something like, yo, I'm sorry, I got to write this thing. And I looked at this, that's how he goes, just so you know, you're on Lrbb time now. And I was like, okay, what's Lrbb time? Well, I found out, and I found out from other people that's actually a thing. So we were Lrbbing until 3:33, and he finished it and was up in the morning and performed well and gave a super awesome talk. So yeah, that's the end of my Aquashella story, you guys, and I had a really super good time. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everybody else who stopped by today. Join a fish club. You guys go on to Golden Matt Mills Space Coast Aquarium Society's Facebook page today. Go on their website, figure out how to join and become a member. You can reap benefits. You don't have to go there to be a member. The money goes towards great things. You know, the clubs do a lot of good things for people. You meet great people. You know, if you do go, it has its benefits. Besides getting to say that, you know, Matt Mills is your leader, you get benefits with the auctions and stuff like that. There's got to be a few places that work with Matt, like, on Space Coast, and get a little discount at the pet stores. Maybe not, I don't know. But there's just no way that they wouldn't. You could just walk in and say, I heard I got a 10% discount because I'm part of Matt Mills' Golden Space Coast Aquarium Society, and they'd probably just do it even down here. You just tell them it's a thing. Join an aquarium society, you guys, a local one. If you don't have one, get online and start about thinking when it takes 2 people to start a club. Ask Matt, ask Jeff Combs, ask a lot of these, some of the older guys in the club too. Do we have any in here? Let me see. I'm just kidding, Bill. Oops, whoops, I called him out. Anyways, do something great for the environment, because guess what? Doing something good for the environment will do something good for you. Let me tell you what, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you and all of your support. Soon I'll start pushing more of the website. We'll talk about it a little bit, stuff like that. Maybe I won't. I just enjoy coming on here and talking to you guys very much. Thank you guys, and have a good night. Peace.